I'm always trying to be as honest and forthright as I can about my intentions. And I don't mind telling people the truth, especially when it's the legitimate truth. Just a few minutes ago, I was on my regular route, the same route that I ride every day and have done for many years. And as I was emerging from the path that leads me to my route, an incident that took place on prior occasions occurred again. A young biracial girl comes running out into the darkness, acting as if she was on her way to whatever her destination is. And as many years as I have been on this route and everything I know about that neighborhood, I know when something is abnormal. And so since no one was on the roadway except her and me, I made an announcement loud and clear. I have no interest in you. I don't want anything from you. And then her true colors emerged. She started talking crazy to me. She announced that she was pregnant. She said that she was being threatened and all kinds of other things. And I told her to watch her mouth. I don't know her mother, but I've met her mother. And her mother has had a lot of trouble with her too. And I want to tell you not about this incident because this isn't just another lost girl here in Columbus. I want to tell you about the emotions I felt when I saw what her intentions were at such a young age. See, they'll accuse you of rape. They'll accuse you of sexual assault. They'll accuse you of unwanted advances, or they'll claim that you proposition them. Some young girls get pregnant, and they know they're not ready to be pregnant, and they want a way to justify getting rid of that baby. And between them and their mothers, they'll calculate a way to make it seem like they were attacked, to seem like that's why they lost their baby. And you can be charged with infanticide, the death or murder of an unborn child. Now, I've been here since 2007 now, researching my home and making sure that I understand my history clearly. I am telling you that on numerous occasions, women who are already impregnated, young girls and grown women too, will literally attack a person when they know they're pregnant to make it seem as if they are somehow a victim because they're angry about their own personal choices associated with sex and intimacy. When she said, "I'm pregnant," trying to use that like it was a weapon, I responded to her and I said, "Look, that's your fault. And it's absolutely her fault." Now, you guys don't have any background information, but she works at a restaurant that I go to patronize and utilize my services. When they first came there, when they were first hired, I already knew her and the girl that they brought her in with were going to be trouble. Because I've had a chance to see just about everybody cycle in and cycle out. And I can tell the first day what that person's potential is in that workplace. And I went and talked to them and I said, "You guys are doing well so far. And I hope that you'll stick with it." She came in as the most honest, well-to-do person on earth. All of them do. It's just like when you hire somebody for the first time or when somebody is a criminal. When you take them to the prison or to the jail, everybody's innocent. I can't believe somebody did this to me. This girl is dangerous. Her name is Emily. And on numerous occasions, she has done what has happened today. She has a sister that got pregnant early. So this is a pattern that they have, and they're biracial. Now, when you're talking about why people are angry at black people and angry at the white women that go out to the other side, this child is a product of what causes that anger. This shows what they think the potential corruption of a child can be as a result of being a mixed race child. Now, nobody else is going to document this because they're not qualified. This girl is trouble. Now, When you're deciding and determining who's worth correcting, who's worth fixing, who's worth letting go forward, she's not it. And I want to tell you about the emotions that I felt when I saw her trying to set me up. I felt a surge of rage and anger and things that I have never ever felt. That I know that if she had done that to some of the other guys who are in that particular area, they would have done exactly the opposite of me. And they would have silenced her. And they would have took her. And they would have made sure she never pulled anything like that again. And I'm not that kind of man. Now she went what was west of here on 29th Street. And I went east on 29th Street, which is my regular pattern. And I called the police and I notified them. Because I have seen girls that the mothers themselves have sent out to be positioned. Now I want to tell you something now that you would not know otherwise. A lot of people are set up for false claims here. Now, I recorded her. I didn't want to record her, but I recorded her because I knew what her intentions were. But I stopped. And I'm not going to post what I could because she's a lost, troubled girl. And I said something very mean that maybe I shouldn't have said, but it sure beats beating the hell out of her for trying to get somebody in a situation that can cost them their life. I told her she looked like a monkey. And I probably shouldn't have said that to a young girl. But based upon her behavior, based upon how close she is to being an adult by law, based upon the fact that she really does look like a monkey, I said it. I didn't know what else I could do rather than let my emotions consume me for this involuntary, unprovoked attempt to try to what ultimately amounts to criminalize another man. And I want her to be the example in this community of how not to be. Most girls would never do that no matter what color they are. But the ones that do, that's where the problem is. And so I'm going to be calling the police department. I'm going to file a report. Because she would never have come into contact with me unless something about what she was already doing made it possible. She had to be watching me from the window to even know when I left because she's done it before. They moved a bunch of white women into this area that used to be filled with black people, right where the police department had this situation where they shot a man in a car over there. And those white women are going to be the ones that they use as their cultural liaison to tell about what they know about the black people in that community, and they are telling a 100% lie. All of them sell sex. All of them use drugs. All of them engage in impropriety. And I'm not telling you that all of them are bad people, but some of them are. When you raise up a child to be disrespectful and not respect her own self and her own body, and are willing to go out and transfer and project the anger that they have about their confused, lost self-identity onto somebody that's innocent, that's a dangerous person. And she's not even 18 years old yet. I don't know where she goes to school, but I don't believe the route and the path that she was on was directing her to a school. She was out there to make trouble. She went westbound, I went eastbound. I'm tired of these women in this part of the country, I don't care if they're black, white, or other, staging rape and making false allegations against men. And so this is something historic. Now, I want to tell you that she has come in on many occasions in the place trying to dress up and put on costumes and flirt and doing all kinds of things as a young girl with no self-identity that nobody would even want. You will find no one in my history ever that even looks close to what she is. She just ran out into the darkness and attempted this. And so do a lot of them. She has come in with groups to use other girls as her witnesses. And she's also a bisexual. I'm real. She's played on the other side. So she's playing with men and she's playing with girls. And she got pregnant by the guy. I took a snapshot to account for my whereabouts when her and several other people that she would collaborate with to make these scandals were present. So they can exploit the legal system. They can exploit welfare. They can exploit child support and family law and be telling a damn lie. God bless you. Nobody else in this part of the southeast of the United States has ever reported this so vividly. Her name is Emily. And here's her image. I would never go for anything like that. And everybody knows it. But they can make it look like you did. Because if they can make it look like he said or she said, and there was nobody there but you and that person, or you and somebody that's against you, they can frame you. But I always account for myself. I have seen women and girls do this of every race all my life. This girl is dangerous. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in her future, but they need to identify people just like her in every school system in the United States of America, because that's what the problem is. I have worked so hard all my life to try to be a responsible person with women and girls. I have worked so hard to try to be good to girls and women who are responsible. And I take personal offense when a woman tries to make me look like I attempted to do something that I never did. I'm grown. I'm not afraid of life. When I wondered for all these years, what leads these otherwise good people to kill, to harm, to murder? I just wondered what really caused that. And I just learned. Somebody has done something to put somebody in a position of an involuntary betrayal towards somebody you don't even know that you did nothing to harm them permanently. But if you want to be a successful person, you need to be prepared for the fact that some people are going to attempt to do things like that. And that's what I've learned. I have been through the blood, the sweat, and the tears. Lord, have mercy on my soul. I am telling you the truth. If I did anything, I'd admit it. I'm grown. But I don't hang around people. I have no history with people that would put me in that position ever in my life. What makes somebody think that something like that would begin to start now? Who bred these women and girls to believe that it's okay to do something like that and exploit gender and sexuality for that purpose? And no matter how good you are to them, no matter how much you try to be positive for them, no matter how much you try to help them, they will betray you and try to put you in some position where they harm you. And I'm not taking that. People wonder why I'm so mean. People wonder why I'm so aggressive towards certain people, because these people are dangerous. She didn't pull out a knife. She didn't pull out a gun. She pulled out a gender weapon. Something that she learned from her mama. Something that she learned from the women that she has been around. Something that she learned from popular culture and society. Now, her claim is going to be that I was just walking down the street. What the hell would an underage girl be walking around in the darkness in a place where prostitutes hang, where drug addicts, drug dealers, killers, murderers, and sex offenders be for the hell of it at the time when some specific person is walking through? She's telling a damn lie. And they have thousands of them here in this little small community who do that or are willing to do that. And I want this in the record. This is what's wrong. This is what all of the tragic stories are made by. She was in no position to even defend herself, and so stupid. She was willing to endanger herself and other people for a damn lie. She's not even anybody that I would say hello to. Now do you see why I detached? Now do you see why I didn't try to get involved in all the stuff going on around here? Now do you see why I knew something was wrong from the start? This is real. I'm not making anything up. I'm not adding any hyper emotionalism. I'm giving you the cold, hard facts, live and on location, boots on the ground. Now, she could have called and made it seem like anything happened. I told her that I was protecting myself. But what do you expect? What do you expect? She came here wrong in the first place. And when you're talking about what racism and segregation was really all about, this girl is exactly what the white man didn't want any part of, and why they blamed all of these behaviors that corrupt women on the black man. This girl is exactly it. And maybe God sent me back this direction to learn this. I don't judge anybody. I don't really care about race and class and all that stuff. She's just a young girl to me. I see biracial girls all the time. Either you're a good person or a bad person, no matter what color you are. But this girl is corrupted at a young age. She came here wrong in the first place. Now, they'll blame a man for her conduct, but they should be blaming her mama. Because you can't just get a woman pregnant by happenstance. Women don't ever have to take accountability for the things they do to create these problems. And she's lucky I'm a good man with an education, because I know men over there who will take her out and leave her in the streets for somebody to find. Leave her in a vacant house or anywhere. And she's too stupid to know it. She's got a pretty good mama. Her mama's always been nice, but y'all don't know that her mama has done the same kinds of things. Like, how would you know I'm coming back into this area in the first place unless somebody's informing you or unless you're watching? But people do strange things for attention. She's a lost little girl who's pregnant. She doesn't know what to do. She wants somebody to blame for all her troubles. She wants somebody to blame because she's biracial. She wants somebody to blame for everything, and she doesn't even know me. The co-worker that she had that came in with her is a girl named Walkiria. She's the opposite extreme, but she's a dark-skinned girl with the same exact issues, coming from the polar opposite extreme of a black woman. Black women contribute to some of the worst problems in the history of this country and in society. And they blame it all. Everybody blames it all on the black man. I would not be caught dead with a girl like this. And everybody knows it. But they can make it look like that. And that's what they did to destroy this community for 50 years. A girl just like this. This girl is exactly the cause of segregation. This girl is exactly the cause of racism. Not every biracial girl, this kind of girl. And I think everybody should know about her. And I don't care how young she is. I'm totally sensitive to young people. I'm going to fight for them. All of them. But if you show me that you're going to use what you learned in your life to go out into the world and make trouble, you don't deserve it. And I don't think any black man in the history of the United States of America has documented this so vividly. God bless you. I'm not going to hold back. I'm real. They built this state off my ancestors, and I have some say. I was cold, I was tired, I was hungry, I had all kinds of shit on my mind when this happened. This girl is just a product of her environment. I'm going to tell you that again. I don't care what race you come from. This girl is a product of her environment. It's not that she's biracial. It's not that she's black, white, or other. This girl is a product of her environment. She's acting just like what she grew up around, exactly like what she's surrounded by. So what do you expect to happen? I want to make sure you get this from me, because they have all kinds of audio modification. They have all kinds of things where they can twist your tone, your dialect, in the way that it sounds like you seem. You don't know what happens to your information once it gets transported through a cyber portal. I'm giving you this from me, and I hope all of it makes it to you just like I gave it to you. And that's why you have to have control of your own information in your own domain, or you can see what can happen. In some kind of way, it was bestowed upon me through the grace of God to know what this is without anybody owning me. The white man has a lot of problems. The white man has a lot of issues he has to confront, including girls like this, because he's responsible for making that white woman that contributed to whatever is going on when anything is mixed race. You made that white woman. A black man can't make a white woman. And you have some responsibility for this too. So what are we going to do with the biracial women that matter versus the ones that don't? God, forgive me. Everybody matters. Everybody is somebody. But the ones that matter and the ones that don't. How do we know what the difference is? And some people venture to say we shouldn't make them in the first place, or we wouldn't even be in that position. But I am telling you, things are going to happen in this universe. And how do we confront it? I mean, what are we going to do about this? This girl is capable of destroying the whole town, and she doesn't even matter. God, forgive me. But that's the truth. She has done nothing to make herself a viable person for this society or for this country. But she can make a profound impact on the basis of how she uses her gender and sexuality to criminalize people for her own inhibitions, for her own sexual sin. She's not even married. How the hell are you going to threaten somebody about being pregnant and threatened, and you didn't even think about being in a stable relationship? You didn't even think about being married. That's what this country is founded upon. And I'm not saying that every woman has to be married. I'm saying that if you're already messed up, you should be the last one trying to make it seem like somebody else is messed up. Alicia Keys.